Hello, everyone! My name is Mr. Oneupon, and has a year passed already? Well, now that the year of the snake has ended, let me tell you what I did in 2025. In February, I attended to an anime con with a friend of mine. In March, I went to the Lego Brick Festival with my friends. In April, I've seen the movie Flow. In May, as you may know, but for those who don't, I've been to Japan. In June, I saw the How to Train Your Dragon remake, and it was better than the Disney remakes. Of course, if I remember correctly, since it's been a long time since I watched the original. And I should have watched it before this one. There were some things that weren't in the original, and some scenes from the original that hasn't been featured. Like this one, for example.
Not so fireproof on the inside, are you? There you go. Everything we know about you guys is wrong.
Then I watched the Walking with Dinosaurs revival series. And well, there were some things that I prefer over the reboot. Like the original Walking with Dinosaurs. Planet Dinosaur, Dinosaur Revolution, and Jurassic Fight Club. But I've also seen Talon by the Lunar Dragon Entertainment, and it was epic. And we want more shows like this, so support them. Support potential creators, not stupid AI slob. In July, I saw the Jurassic World Rebirth, and all I can say, the ending was kind of disappointing. Then I went to Hyper Japan, then I went to the Natural History Museum, and the Jurassic World exhibition. With my dearest cousin, along with her children and her nieces. In August, I went to DinoCon. And guess what?
What? What did he say?
Have you heard of Dead Sound? Who make magnificent dinosaur animations, like Dinosauria and Sauria.
I'm not familiar with that term.
I met him! I met him at DinoCon! And if you're watching this, Dead Sound, hello! You are inspirational. But guess who else I met? I met Dougal Dixon, the creator of Speculative Evolution.
Enough with the gasping.
Anyway, I saw the Hatsune Miku movie, Colorful Stage the Movie, a Miku who can't sing. And I must say, this has a good moral that goes to show to never give in to despair and never become as horrible as the people you work for. And the songs rekindle our hope and our happiness, which is why I'm going to listen to them when I'm working. And if you would like to know those songs, the links to the songs are in the description down below. In September, I spent time with a friend to celebrate 10 years of our friendship. Then I went to see another dearest cousin of mine to meet her baby. Then I went to the prehistoric planet Lightroom. It was fun to see the realistic prehistoric world. And most of all, it was fun to compare myself with life-size prehistoric animals, like Tyrannosaurus Rex and Triceratops. I would have more pictures, but never mind. In October, I finally saw Night of the Apocalypse. I went to the Natural History Museum again to see something similar to the prehistoric Planet Light Room, but it's with David Attenborough, talking about the human evolution. And our future. Then I watched T-Rex, the greatest of all tyrants, in IMAX at the Science Museum, and I think it's cool. Then I went back to the Natural History Museum to the virtual reality of the visions of nature. And I did all three things in one day. Then I've been to the Comic-Con with a friend of mine and his friends, while I dressed up as the Mandalorian. Look at me!
Go!
This is a way! In November, I've watched the final season of Jurassic World Chaos Theory and Zootopia 2, and it was better than all the other new Disney movies. In December, I've watched the prehistoric planet Ice Age and the new SpongeBob movie. But I've also seen the end of the reign of SMG4. Though I didn't watch much of his videos. Unfortunately, I was unable to see two movies that I wanted to see that year. The Kraken and Primitive War. I tried to watch Primitive War, but the only cinemas in the UK scheduled it late at night, like 11 PM. Why would they do this? Now, let's talk about what I'm going to do this year. Showing you the dashboard from last year.
As you may have noticed,
That's why. What I was trying to do is upload one video per day to see how it affected my views of the dashboard in 1 week. That's when I also decided that because I was running out of time of finishing off my video about talking about my trip, I've decided to come up with a compromise. I'll separate the videos into separate parts per day on every time when I've been to Japan as an anniversary of the trip. That's what I'll do for the time being. So look out for 2 weeks of daily videos in May. Now, the movies I'm going to watch this year are... well, I've just seen the Avatar, Fire and Ash, in 4DX. Anyway, these are what I plan to see. The Looney Tunes, The Day the Earth Blew Up, which is kind of weird that's a year late for it to finally come to the cinemas in the UK. Maybe I could watch Mandalorian and Grogu. Well, I'm definitely going to watch Super Mario Galaxy the movie, Animal Farm, The Last Whale Singer, Goat. I'm not sure about Toy Story 5, but I'm also planning to see Angry Birds 3, Shrek 5, if possible due to some rumors, Ice Age 6, and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, A Lonely Dragon Wants to Be Loved. Maybe the Cat in the Hat movie, Minions 3, and Hopper. But I am definitely going to see Coyote versus ACME, and the new stop-motion movie, The Wild Wood. Well, that's all the movies on the list to watch. Now the TV shows I'm going to see this year are Primal Season 3, that's out now. Surviving Earth, that is finally coming. Flowerville Street, that I seen a poster of it on Twitter. And the Monarch series on Apple TV. I haven't watched the first 2 seasons, but I'm going to watch them because the new season of it is coming. Well, that's all the shows I want to see. I also have plans for my outings, like seeing the music show of the famous Hans Zimmer and John Williams at the Royal Albert Hall, the Pokemon pop-up at the Natural History Museum. I'm also planning to go to DinoCon again around my birthday. But anyway, ever since I've turned 28, that's when I realized I'm getting old. And because I've come of age, my instincts are telling me that it's time to move on, leave, find a mate, and start a family of my own. So I'm going to try online dating. But not yet. I'm going to do it in the spring. Has anyone tried that? What do you think? But aside from all that, my main goal for this year, well, if any of you watched my New Year video, that is a little introduction to my speculative evolution of the future. A mix of the anime, Dr. Stone, and an old classic favorite of the speculative evolution, The Future is Wild. When I watched Dr. Stone, I got some ideas about what would it be like if mankind had been turned to stone and have been revived after millions of years in the future. But one day, I came to the main reason to make it. CM94 Return 19 showed me something on Twitter that there is going to be a new Future is Wild series, and they're open to ideas from fans. Well, not yet at least. So I hope that one of my ideas could get accepted into the series. But this series of mine is somewhat of a sci-fi fantasy speculative evolution. Not to mention that this is all just fan fiction. So it doesn't have to be all true, just some guesswork. And fun. But that's when I ask for your help. I've opened my new Discord server for production of this series. The invite link is in the description down below. With your help and discussions, I could make this series possible, building new species of animals, and maybe new species of plants, and even the changing world, from today all the way to 113 million years in the future. And if you help me with some ideas, I can name a species of the future after you. Fan arts will be included as well. Of course, there may be some other videos that might come along the way, like an animatic parody of the Beast Star, like the one you saw on the preview video. I'll have it ready to upload on Valentine's Day. And once all this is done, I will resume to finish YouTube Poop, Cyber Astral Projection, SpongeBob, Sonic, Ed, and Eddie, In the Know and House Free, and the remaining 2 parts of the SpongeBob Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. But the reason why I couldn't finish certain projects in time is that I'm just one man. And if you say, why don't you use AI? Well, here's my answer. I don't need AI. I'm keeping the true values of making art and films. And that is the love of the human beings. So I don't need AI. I think what really works is a team. But of course, nobody works for free. And I hardly made enough money to pay artists for props and backgrounds. Extra help with some of the animations for some of the scenes in my projects. And voice actors. Specifically voice actress for female characters in my projects. Which is why I need support. The audition for the last voiced actress for the last female character in YouTube Poop Cyber Astral Projection is still open for any of you to participate. The link to the audition is in the description down below. Is anyone interested in collaborating with me? Would you like to make some backgrounds or props? Or be a voice actor for this project? If so, my Gmail and the link to my other Discord server will be in the description down below too. And don't forget, any collaborations will be rewarded in the credits of my big project, and species will be named after you in the Lithozoic Project, The Future is Wild, with Dr. Stone. I'll be waiting for your decisions. Bye!